Today guys, we're going to be breaking down one of the most important aspects of Fortnite trios. This is going to be how to effectively fight as a team. As you guys know, next year trios FNCS is going to be the main FNCS game mode, so in today's video I just want to go over how to win those crucial engagements and consistently place well. In order to do this, you're going to need to work together, so in this video I want to cover the team roles, positioning, and some advanced strategies to help you and your trio dominate. Let's jump right into it. So first things first, when you guys are fighting as a trio, the goal is simple. Always fight together. When your whole team is sticking together, your odds of winning a fight drastically increase. In Fortnite, a 3v1, a 3v2, and even 3v3 fights are common, and the more coordinated team usually comes out on top. Basically what this means is that you don't want to drag fights out longer than necessary. Think of it like this: the longer that a fight goes on, the more likely it is that third parties will jump in, or that you and your team will run out of materials or resources. Instead, focus on ending fights as quickly and effectively as possible. The more efficient you are with fights, it'll really help you guys in the long run with staying alive. Staying close to your teammates allows you to capitalize on damage or pressure when the moment strikes. Essentially what this means is that you guys must fight together if you guys want to succeed in trios.
Kijk. Dood.
Ja, nee, was niet.
Zit hij op mij rechts, in deze box. Hij heeft dragons. Is dat wel? Hier op mij? Hij is direct geschoten, ren er gewoon in. Hij is 70 crack. 5 crit. Dood.
Now let's get into the team roles. This is going to be a section that I really want to zone in on because I think it's really important for a lot of players to understand. In a well-coordinated trio, each player should know their role to maximize their efficiency as you guys are fighting. There are going to be 3 primary main roles in trios. The first one's going to be fragger, then there's going to be IGL, and of course there's going to be the support player. These roles, like I said, can be kind of more fluid nowadays. Players are going to be starting to adapt, playing different roles at different times of the games. However, in general, these are going to be the 3 basic ones. Here's a clear explanation of what each role actually does. The fragger is your primary damage dealer. They're the ones looking for opportunities to deal heavy damage, secure eliminations, and make those clutch plays. This player is going to need solid mechanics and a good understanding of positioning. The IGL is going to be the leader of the team. They are responsible for calling the shots. They're constantly thinking about the bigger picture, where the zone is, which team to push, and how to rotate safely. And then lastly, the support role is going to be about keeping the team safe and well-resourced. Essentially what this means is that they're going to handle blocking off angles, applying constant pressure with AR or SMG spray, and then also keeping an eye on potential third-party threats. They also need to make sure that the team is going to be stocked with medical supplies, materials, and ammo. Essentially guys, what this means is that if everyone plays their part, your team will be far more organized, and you guys will win a lot more fights. No one person in the trio should be doing everything. Focus on your role and let your teammates do theirs.
Trios is largely similar in the most part, where there is definitely an IGL in the trio, and there is definitely at least one fragger in the trio. However, in trios you can either have 2 fraggers, or you can have a fragger and a support player. The support player normally carries most heals, triple heals. 3 slots are occupied by heals, and they are normally the player that in fights, takes fights from a little bit further away, and really just tries to get beams on the opponents. As the name implies, the support player supports the people fighting. The IGL and fragger will be in the fight, and the supporter will be spraying from a distance of 30 meters away from them. This is going to make it harder for the other team to fight them, as they're getting sprayed out from quite far away.
Now guys, the third tip is going to be for you guys to know how to attack as a trio. A big mistake that I see is players getting too aggressive without coordinating with their teammates. Yes, I do think that you guys are going to want to play fast, but you also need to work together. Maintaining your roles while knowing when and how to push is crucial. For example, when you're trying to take a team's wall, have 2 players hold the wall while the third is either ready to pickaxe the wall or pre-edit it for a quick damage. If one person gets overeager and pushes without backup, it can throw off an entire play. Instead, you guys are going to want to try to use team-based tactics like calling a coordinated spray on a wall, 3-2-1ing players that are running around, or just genuinely making sure that you guys are able to always take the wall as a trio. One simple but effective tactic is to count down before you spray a player. Like I said, this is going to be called doing the 3-2-1 strategy on an enemy that's going to be running around. It sounds basic, but basically what it is that everybody's going to shoot at the same time, and the way to make sure of that is count down from 3, 2, 1, and it can break through builds really quickly, get some serious damage on opponents that are running around or even boxed up, and this kind of coordination is going to be the thing that makes the big difference when you're looking into pushing and finishing fights.
Charlie.
fucking Starfire and fucking Beast Boy, bro. Look for Starfire and Beast Boy.
Now, the question is, what happens if you don't wipe out the whole trio? Sometimes you might only get 1 or even 2 of these eliminations onto this enemy trio, and that's completely fine. You need to know when to settle and when to disengage. If you've taken out a couple of their players and the last one is still alive but he's kind of slipping around, he's maybe gotten away, you don't need to chase them down. You guys can easily get 1 or 2 eliminations and then back out safely. Instead of overextending and risking a bad play, you guys can camp the reboot cards. Yeah, I know that some people like to think that this is going to be sort of a cringy or sort of scummy play to make in the game. However, the reality is if the enemy wants to reboot, they're going to have to come back for those cards. This gives you control of that situation and makes it much easier to secure that 3rd elimination if you want to, and if not, it sometimes can even just give you a good position to be in around a lot of your extra loot that you have from the first 2 eliminations. Essentially guys, the message is for you guys to play smart and understand when it's better to pull back rather than risk losing your advantage. You can always regroup, take time to heal up, and then plan your next move. And then guys, the final segment is going to involve communication. Communication, in my opinion, is what separates a good team from a great team. If you're not calling out enemy positions, damage, or rotations, your fights are going to feel disorganized. You need to be constantly communicating, but without overloading your teammates with unnecessary comms. I'm going to be showing an example of really good team comms in trios right here.
Come here, come here. Where's the shot? Come here, ready? We both done.
We did. It would need AR. I have 400.
No.
Okay. You want to pick X2 here? We can go. He just died above us. Flip just got sniped above us.
Hey, come here, right here, right here. Now.
I don't want it. I don't have this in that box right now.
We should run through here. We should run through here. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Okay.
Now from that example, we can learn that keeping your comms short and specific instead of yelling over there, call out something like 200, south, white health. This gives your teammates exact information they need to react. Avoid cluttering your comms with unnecessary chatter and only call out what's going to be important in that fight and in that moment. Essentially what this means is that you guys need to work on improving your communication every game. If your comms are on point, you're going to be able to react faster and make smarter decisions as an overall team. As a result, during fights, you guys will be a lot more calm, you're going to have a much better understanding of what's going on and where enemy players are, and most likely you guys aren't going to have bad chemistry issues because you guys will be having nice, good comms that aren't too offensive, that aren't too mean, and that don't really rattle anybody on your team. And guys, that is the breakdown of how to fight as a trio in Fortnite. From sticking together, playing your roles, to mastering communication, these tips will help you guys improve on your team fights and give you a huge advantage in competitive play. If this video helped you out, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. But that is about it for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe once again, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.